everybody, to We Geek podcast. Today is Wednesday, May 3rd. It's our 99th episode. My name's Adam, joined by my good friend Logan.
Hello.
What up, man? And it's been a few weeks since we've been on the air, just because we had Star Wars weekends. We had a whole podcast for that, but then we ended up getting sick like at two different points in time. Yeah, man, I'm just getting over sinus infection.
Yeah, those are no fun.
No fun at all. So if I'm breathing weird and got stuff in my nose, so I apologize about that. Also, my equipment, getting some new equipment tomorrow, so I might sound a little weird, so I apologize about that. But it should be better next week. But how have you been, man? You feeling better?
Yeah. It was just weird. Like an hour before showtime last week, like my head it just shut me down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hated it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what happened last week. I woke up and, I had the biggest, like, migraine, just sinus. It would turn out to be a sinus infection. I called the doctor.
Ouch.
Something's going on, and it was just, like, the whole left side of my face was stuffed up. So, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are always a hoot.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, yeah, I just hung out, played some games and stuff, got more into some Persona 5, of course, diving into that. It's been fun. Yeah, man, I've been watching some shows, and I watched Get Out. I forgot, have we talked about that? Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it. No, I wanted to, but I
Uh,
haven't seen it. Is it still in theaters or is it out on like iTunes now?
it's still in theaters. It's
Okay.
I don't think it's on iTunes yet. It was at the like dollar theater, but
Oh, nice.
or the cheap theater. There's a whole bunch around here, but uh, man, it was worth it. Like that 99% on Rotten Tomatoes, so true. Like it was good. I don't want to ruin anything. I don't want to ruin any of the surprises or anything like that. I think you get a good idea of what it is in the trailer anyway.
Yeah.
But man, was that good. I've been watching a show called 13 Reasons Why. Have
Ah, so
you heard of it?
you've been watching that.
Yeah, I watched a few episodes. I'm so far, I'm not maybe about, oh gosh, I don't know where I'm at. Maybe 4 or 5 episodes, maybe actually more, maybe 6 or 7. I, spent long nights trying to watch them, going to sleep pretty late. Um, have you seen any of it?
I No, I don't think I'm going to.
No?
No, I don't. I don't think that's a show that would be good for me to watch.
I think it's got a bad rap, because
Yeah.
people are like, well, they're glorifying suicide and stuff like that. But I mean, it's like if you watched a horror film and you thought they were glorifying serial killers. Like, it's a thing of fiction, and I think it's an interesting tale. Like you know the basis of it, right? Like,
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean, I can, it's not spoilers, but it opens up with a girl who sent a boy tapes, and it's 13 Reasons Why. And I think each side of the tape is like dedicated to a specific person and why what they were involved with this girl. Now I don't know how it ends or anything like that. I mean, I don't know if she's actually dead, that sort of thing. I'm not through it, but it's definitely interesting, and it's a good look at bullying and kind of what I guess a girl would go through in high school, what they have to deal with, um, like lists and their body image and their sexuality, like how uh, it's different for them than it is for men, of course,
Yeah.
especially in high school, that time of their life. So it's an interesting story. I'm loving the different perspectives of how everything came about. Obviously, it's a very dark subject, but I think they do it well. Like, I think they don't dwell in the darkness one bit, if that makes sense. It's I don't know. It's interesting. I think it's getting a lot of bad. It's one of those things, like, it's getting a really bad rap, but if you see it, it's not that bad. So
Mm.
if any of the listeners out there were thinking twice about it, give it a few episodes. If it seems like it's too much or hits too close to home, obviously do what's good for you. But I'm really enjoying it. I think it's a good story. It's got me hooked. So I'm looking forward to watching more of that.
Well, fair enough.
Um, yeah. So have you been watching anything? Seen any movies?
Uh, not not really. I saw The Boss Baby a couple weeks ago, which was it. The quick review is that I mean, that movie's way more fun than it has any right to be. Like that
Right.
should just be like a stupid dumb kids movie, and the kind of adult humor they sneak in there, it's kind of upsetting. Like it's
Yeah.
hysterical because it's, I mean, it's funny, but you think these guys know they made a kids movie
Right.
and intentionally, like, there's, right at the beginning, so this isn't a spoiler, like all the babies are coming down on a conveyor belt, and and they get socks, and then they get powdered, and they get diapered, and then like the last thing is they get their little pacifier. Well, of course, Alec Baldwin's baby, the baby that is Alec Baldwin, is always facing the wrong way. He gets socks on his hands, he gets powdered on his face, and then he's facing backwards when they get to the pacifier, and like at the last second swings around, so it winds up in his mouth instead of
Right.
just getting jammed straight up his ass.
Right.
So
Right. Right. Yeah. I mean, he's on top of the world with like
I'm
his
telling you,
SNL skits and stuff.
it's a good time to be Alec Baldwin, so he needs to
Yeah.
enjoy it before he starts leaving more voicemails.
Right. Yeah. With his daughter, that wasn't really nice.
It's but that's the thing with Alec Baldwin, though. He's kind of due for a fuck up.
Right. Right.
Like,
Right.
we've just kind of hit that point of like, okay, he's been riding pretty high, but we've seen over the last, his entire career of like, and it's gonna drop here in a second,
Right.
and then he'll
Oh
work
yeah.
his way back up, and it'll be, yay, Alec Baldwin. Oh, Alec Baldwin.
Right. Right. Right.
uh,
No, I mean, I haven't been to the theater in a minute. What's even out right now? Is Guardians out yet?
this week, Fate of the Furious was the big one.
Oh,
That was
that's
a couple
right.
weeks ago.
Yeah, man, I gotta see that.
Yeah,
I gotta see that.
Guardians is this week.
Yeah, Fast and Furious. I need to see that. Man, I like those films. Um, and Guardians, of course. It's gotten mixed reviews I saw, which was interesting.
Really, most of the ones I saw were pretty positive. I
Well, I
did
mean,
see one that was negative.
yeah. I mean, they weren't like Jeremy Johns. Like I love his reviews, and he was like, it's not as good as the first one. Like, and it surprisingly missed a lot of things. So I don't know. I'm gonna hopefully I go into it not expecting too much, and it blows me away,
Yeah.
kind of like the first one. But man, I'm ready to see that movie. Yeah, no, I haven't really done much watching TV or anything like that.
Yeah.
But
Not watched it. Like, the only other thing I think I've done, like, I watched Lights Out the other day. That was creepy.
oh yeah, what's that about?
It's it was a horror movie about this creature that has to stay in the dark, and you find out like it's not just like a random monster. It's not like, oh, and here's this myth about this thing. It's like, no, there's a very like concrete reason for it. Like, that's what's kind of interesting, is how well grounded it is.
Right. Okay. So I remember that started as like an internet video
Yeah.
where, yeah, and it was like the light went off, on, off, and it was like a shadow. And they were like, "Yo, we like this idea." They bought the rights and every. I think the filmmaker, all of it, got involved, and then they made like a live, a full-fledged movie out of the concept,
Yeah. And it
which is
works.
awesome.
Like, it's not a stretch. And it's not like Darkness Falls, because I kept
Right.
thinking the same thing of like, oh, it comes out at night. No, it's a whole different. It can be daytime. It just needs some place that's dark. It's interesting. Like, it's not great, but
Right.
in terms of like, hey, I've got, like, I don't know, like, it was I think less than 90 minutes. But
Ah,
you're like,
okay.
hey, I've got like an hour and a half to kill. I could check this out. You could do worse. You could watch an Adam Sandler movie. Yeah.
Right. God, yeah. So many on Netflix right now.
Oh god. I can't. I have to one day force myself to watch whatever the newest one is, just so I can review it. But I can't get to that place yet.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. That would be funny. You should definitely try that.
Yeah, I'll give that a shot. I'm trying to do my whole kind of review shtick is really kind of more to be upbeat because
Hmm.
it's so easy to shit on everything. Like that's the easiest thing in the world to do a review of like and this sucked and this sucked and this sucked. So it's a little more challenging even for bad films or for
Right.
less than stellar movies to be like, "Hey, but you know what? This was actually pretty good and this was enjoyable and this worked." To kick up one of Sandler's Netflix films, I feel like my review's just going to start with the line, "Well, I tried."
Right. 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 Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't watch those films anymore.
No, they're I mean, the old ones were funny because they worked back then.
Right.
But like now he's 20 years older and still doing kind of the same stuff and it's just
You know, my favorite film of his is Reign Over Me, and it's because he's not Adam Sandler in it. He
yeah,
is an actual character, and
yeah.
it's a movie that so many people look over, and it's not that good of a movie, but it's his best. Like that's not saying much, but I really like that one. But yeah, it's an old random Adam Sandler movie, but but yeah, man. All right, well we got a lot to really talk about.
Yeah, I think the scientific term this week is a metric fuck ton of news.
Yeah, there's a lot of news, so might be going through it a little bit fast. But let's kind of take it off the top here. I guess Fox uh, the release dates for three of the New Mutant movies. New Mutants, April 13th, 2018. Deadpool 2 is June 1st, 2018. And X-Men Dark Phoenix is November 2nd, 2018. So
Yeah,
that year's going to be packed.
how about that?
Yeah. Dan, so yeah, I guess Deadpool's getting out of the like January, February slot.
Yeah, they're making it a summer film, which I I just I we have to expand. Studios have to stop being afraid at the same time afraid of putting films like this in other time slots and
Well, it
stop
works in other time slots. It was very clear it worked in February. There was nothing else out in February.
right, and that's my point. Like they
Yeah,
looked at Deadpool 2 and they were like, "Great, this really caught on. Now we need to put it with the rest of the summer blockbusters." No, that is how you do not make money. I
exactly.
don't.
Yeah.
God, competition is bad for your bottom line. It's great
Hmm.
for us. It's fantastic for consumers because we've got all these choices. The problem for the studios is we've got all these choices.
Yeah, I want things to be spread out. I wish TV was a little bit more spread out.
Yeah.
Games are starting to become more spread out. Like the more spread out, the better. You don't want to just flood one time period because of I mean, I get it. More people are probably prone to go to the theater in the summertime, especially. Some places in the country can't get to the theater in the wintertime, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's ridiculous.
But
I mean,
those places are not where you're gonna make money anyway.
that's true.
I
That's
mean,
true.
I don't think anybody's banking on the Montana box office numbers to see if their film flopped.
That's true.
There's what like five movie theaters in the whole state. I don't think it's
Right.
I not that it wouldn't be a lovely place to live. I'm just saying it's not the
I'd be boring. I mean, I'm just kidding. Jake from Montana loves Montana, and it's pretty, but I think I'd be so bored there.
yeah, not if you're accustomed to nightlife or just you know uh,
Right.
other
Disney.
yeah,
Uh,
right, especially
See,
something
I'm
like that.
spoiled. Yeah, I'm totally spoiled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Universal, Disney, yeah, boo-hoo you.
Man, oh man, I can't wait for the Star Wars stuff. Did you know they're doing this is totally off topic. They're doing an EDM festival thing at Disney Paris,
Really?
which is crazy.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, what else do they do at Disney Paris?
Yeah, no, I thought it was crazy. Like they apparently like when the park closes, they open it up at night to have like a festival, and it's like $65 for a ticket, which is nothing for something like that.
Yeah, I was gonna
and it's
say,
like
damn.
all night long, festival, which is crazy because festivals they're kind of way more like adult because you're gonna have people there doing stuff that you normally would not want people doing at your parks and stuff like that. I
Yeah,
just thought that was
Mickey would not approve.
yeah, I thought that was crazy.
Oh well.
The only thing kind of close we've seen to that, like I remember it was last year or the year before. They do that at Hollywood Studios with the Star Wars stuff. They'll have like they had like a guy dressed up in a Star Wars costume, DJing, and it was like straight EDM music in the middle of the day. And then apparently they did it at night for like the Star Wars nights. And they do, I guess they do the same thing for Star Wars Celebration at night. They have like galactic nights where you can go over there and they play music all night long,
Interesting.
which is crazy. Yeah, sorry, that was a total side thing. But Deadpool to Josh Brolin cast as Cable. He signed on for a 4 film deal. So what I mean, what does that mean for him as Thanos in the Marvel?
I guess he's doing both.
Yeah, I mean you can, right? Like there's not a
There's not a no compete, I don't think. Like
yeah.
if there was, he couldn't assign this. So
Right, and I imagine that we're gonna get a lot of Thanos in those 2 films that they're already shooting, so it's not that big of a deal.
yeah,
I imagine they're probably gonna hold off on Thanos for the next big, chapter in the Disney's Marvel, because he's been kind of the bad guy we've been leading up to, and I think 2 films is a good, focus on him, and then once he's done, you can go to, you know, I don't know, whoever the next guy is. Who's the time traveler guy? Krang or something?
Kang,
Kang,
isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah,
Krang's from the Ninja Turtles. My
yeah,
bad. Yeah, you can
uh,
go on to him or something like that. Some other big, bad guy.
yeah. That would be interesting.
Yeah, I could totally see that, like him coming from the future or something like that.
Yeah.
But we're gonna take a quick break. When we get back, we'll get into some more movie news. Again, you're listening to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM. We'll see you guys all in a minute. Welcome back to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM. And some more movie news, some more release dates. Disney announced some release dates for their films. Star Wars.
Disney went nuts this week.
Yeah, they really did. They really did. They got Star Wars Episode 9, May 24th, 2019. Indiana Jones 5, July 10th, 2020. It's going to have Spielberg and Ford to return. The Lion King, July 19th, 2019. Frozen 2, November 27th, 2019, and Gigantic, which is going to be Jack and the Beanstalk, kind of like a retelling, which is going to be November 25th, 2020.
I want to look at the interesting one here, which is Episode 9. It's in May.
Yeah, they went back to May 24th, which I don't like. I like the December slot that they've been doing. It was a fresh start for Star Wars. Uh, you know, with Disney buying them and the movies all starting and being in December, and it felt like a Christmas gift almost. It felt like when it got Christmas time, you knew you were going to have another Star Wars movie, and I loved that.
Yeah.
Like you want those two ideas to be hand in hand because I mean, obviously, if you don't celebrate Christmas, it doesn't mean much to you. But for those that do, which a lot of us do, right? they that's where you want your marketing. Not just Christmas, I guess it's around Hanukkah and a lot of other holidays. But that time of year usually is special to somebody, right?
Yeah.
And you get that feeling of being home and being around your family and all of that, which is pretty much what all those religions is sums up. So we'll get into that. But yeah, so you want it for that time. That's what I'm trying to say, and I'm failing at it.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see what's. I mean, oh, I wonder.
It's
Wait,
Avatar that's doing it.
no, Avatar. The first Avatar sequel isn't 2020. I just kind
Uh,
of I thought about that. The December movies.
uh-huh.
I think I may know why. Um, just from what I've seen, one of the Disney live actions is slated for December 20th, and it's out the same week. Here's what's slated for December 20th, 2019. An
Hmm.
untitled Disney live action fairy tale movie, Wicked, and Masters of the Universe. That's a big freaking weekend.
Yeah, I mean, you would think you would put Star Wars in that slot instead, though. But I mean, I get it. It's no difference to us. Obviously, we're going to go see it.
Yeah.
I think it's going to do less. because it is going to be in the middle of summer, and it's going to be surrounded by other movies. It's going to be surrounded by other blockbusters. That it's the Deadpool thing.
Yeah.
When you put Star Wars, when Star Wars was released in December, there was nothing around it, literally nothing. No one ever wanted to go around it because they knew that was going to be the big thing that that the next few months. So it, to put it in the middle of a whole bunch of other blockbusters, I don't think it's going to do as well.
Well,
So
here's what's interesting. If we look
mhm,
at what's around that time,
right,
May 3rd is when we're gonna get the fifth Avengers film.
right.
That's when we get what's probably going to be Infinity Gauntlet.
So you putting this out 3 weeks later?
Yeah, up against Minecraft the movie.
You see, you're eating away. I think it's a bad idea. It's a bad call.
I
No one cares about that date anymore. I mean, I'm sure some old fans do. I don't care about it. I
yeah
loved getting the Star Wars movies in Christmas time. It makes more sense. You time it at that time period. Look at this year; it's working perfectly. We're gonna see Episode 8, and like the week or the week prior, we're gonna be getting Star Wars Battlefront 2. So when you get home from watching the Star Wars movie, you're gonna have that you're gonna have that game to play, that brand new game.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it works. And the toys and everything else. It makes sense to have it around Christmas time. Um, but I don't know. I mean, what do I know? I see that time of year like, yeah, that's Star Wars. You get Christmas gifts for it. It just makes sense. It totally makes sense. But I don't know. Whatever. Let's look at that year from what Disney's doing. All of those films, except for maybe Gigantic, could easily gross $1 billion.
Yeah.
Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Lion King, Frozen 2.
I don't know about Indiana Jones out of that
I, I,
list.
I mean, yeah, the last one wasn't that good, but that's still a big franchise. That's still a big name.
I I think I think they're gonna have to do a lot of rebuilding to get people to be really excited. Like we're gonna be excited. It's a new Indiana Jones film.
Right.
There's gonna be interest. Sure, people are gonna go see it. Sure, but to get people really excited, they're you know it's
Yeah.
I think four screwed up a lot of credibility for that series.
I mean, you could say the same thing for the prequels. People went out in droves to go see Force Awakens.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know if that's comparable, but
I in a
it,
in
I
a
still think Indiana Jones is going to kill it. It might not do as good as the Star Wars or maybe the Lion King live action, but those are huge movies. Like think about that. All of those movies in the same time frame. Like it's a good time to have Disney stock right now.
Yeah, it is. You're telling me, man. I've got Disney stock.
Yeah, yeah. Like that's crazy.
they've
Um,
got they've got like five different. Like I was looking through 2019, like just the Wikipedia page for 2019 in film, and there's like six live action Disney movies
right,
on
right.
top of Star Wars and Frozen. There's so, I mean, god damn.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm looking forward to Lion King though, man. That's gonna be good.
yeah, did you see we it looks like we have our Timon and Pumbaa,
Who?
Billy Eichner and Seth Rogen.
Oh wow, that is so good.
I just
That is perfect.
I saw that and I just thought, oh, that's like brilliant and reflective of the times, and just it's in so many ways it's amazing and awful in all the right ways.
This is
Like,
going to be yes, that is perfect. That is
yeah,
so good. That is so good. I can't wait for this film. Yeah, man, that's the perfect casting. That whole movie right now is just perfect casting.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Um,
Just,
we got some Captain Marvel news. Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck, Miami Grind, to direct the film.
Mississippi Grind.
Why did I say Miami? Sorry,
I
it's
don't
late.
know. They were the
Mississippi Grind.
they were
Yeah.
the directing team on Mississippi Grind, which I have not seen. So but I,
Miami Grind sounds like a movie that I would have ordered as a
right.
teenager on
Yeah,
Cinemax or something.
yeah.
But yeah, no, yeah. uh, That's awesome.
But yeah,
I've never seen Mississippi Grind.
no, I like the choice though. I like that they didn't go big.
Right.
Like they were like, hey, these two apparently made a film that they thought was interesting and had whatever it was, however it was they pitched it. They,
Hmm.
Marvel looked at it and said, yeah, they'll do, they'll work. So good for
Oh
them.
yeah, Ryan Reynolds was in the film Mississippi Grind. That's cool. Awesome. Yeah, no, that's smart. It's get some creators that you can control a little bit better than ones that are too big, for the britches where you can't really have any sort of, they have their say. So that it makes sense.
Yeah,
Smart.
the Edgar Wright problem.
Exactly.
If you
Yeah.
if you want to call it a problem, depends on
Well,
who's.
I mean, you look at the other films and the ones that had, the smaller people at the time, which are now all huge, um, did better, I think.
Yeah, like I mean, James Gunn wasn't an unknown, but
Right, right.
he sure as hell wasn't what he is now.
Exactly. And now they like what he is, so he's like it's I love that it's perfect for him because he can get weird with Guardians, and
Yeah,
no one's gonna like, hey, wait, that's not how it was, because no one, hardly even the comic book community knows Guardians. They just
yeah,
brief, they probably glanced over it, read a few issues, and some really super hardcore people read it, but you know, I haven't seen one complaint about it, so
yeah.
that's cool.
That's something I would like to have seen Edgar Wright do. Put him
Yeah,
in a space like Guardians, where it's like, look, just don't the box here is very wide. Like
right.
you're not worried about hitting X, Y, and Z plot points or tying into. You're not really tying into anything except in very vague, broad concepts. Um,
Right.
Other than that, go nuts. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. We got some Avengers 4 news. Kevin Feige confirms Spider-Man for the future Avenger film, and possibly titled Infinity Gauntlet.
yeah, Zoe Saldana, I think it was, let that one slip. They were
Yeah.
I think they were at a red carpet or something, and she talked about they just finished. What was it? She said, "Yeah, we just finished wrapping on Infinity War, and we're getting ready to go back for Gauntlet." And everybody was
Which
like,
is,
"What?"
yeah.
But
I mean, everyone kind of expected
yeah,
that. That's
big shock.
right, right. Like that's bound to happen. So that's cool. That's awesome. Let's see here. Oh, some Guardians. Did you see this Guardians news? The Volume 2 will apparently have 5 post-credit scenes.
Five.
Uh, and and he's gonna write and direct Volume 3, which is awesome.
Well, sure, if they're happy with what Gunn's doing, why change?
Yeah, exactly.
Five post credit scenes, it's madness, but it's appropriate madness though.
You
Like
know, I think he's probably doing it tongue in cheek. Like,
sure,
all right, people are expecting a post-credit scene. Let's give him 5 and let's make them fun, which is cool. So
like part of me kind of hopes they're just throwaway like nothing for the most part. Like
yeah, I hope it's just sprinkled like a throwaway one and then a crazy one and then a throwaway one and then a crazy, just for fun, keep you guessing.
yeah,
And like the last one, like I hope Deadpool has like 10 just to spoof them.
dude, they would, they absolutely would. Like,
Like
are
you
you?
haven't left yet, like that sort of thing. Like I guess they did that with the last one. Never mind, but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah, but the sheer
dude,
volume of just like go to different rooms of the house and he's just sit. It could just be he's just sitting there. He's flipping through different Cinemax channels.
and have credits for each one, and
Yeah,
have
that
like a part
there you go.
part deuce. Yeah,
There you go. Now you're talking. Like at the end of the credits, it shifts to like
right.
post credit scene credits. God, that's fantastic.
Exactly.
That's a brilliant idea. I like that.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. Um, we got some Ant-Man and Wasp. I guess they're filming in June, so
Yeah.
it should start in June. So that's gonna be cool. Um, yep. Oh, this was some cool news. Now we heard rumblings of this before. Possibly getting like a Blu-ray release for this, but apparently Logan, the film is getting a black and white re-release in theaters on May 16th.
Yeah, it's coming to the Alamo Draft House, to
Oh, that's awesome.
that the kind of boutique franchise, which I wish we had one
Hmm.
anywhere in North Carolina.
Yeah.
But they're also apparently there's a Q&A that's going to be done at the I think the Los Angeles one
Mm.
that James Mangold is doing, and a
So
lot
they're
of
only doing that movie theater. No other theaters picking up.
well, they're doing that at that because Alamo Drafthouse is like this little chain,
Right, right, right.
right?
But I mean, they're only doing it at that chain, not like
Yes,
AMC or anything like that.
yeah,
Okay.
that's right. So
Well,
they're
I'm sure they'll come out on Blu-ray, as like
I think the Blu-ray release
right.
has that as an option,
That's cool. That's
which would
cool.
be neat. And I love that some of the theaters here, like they're all kind of encouraging people to dress in just black and white. The
That's cool.
apparently the Brooklyn screening is going to require it.
That's awesome.
Like it has a mandatory dress code, which is kind of badass.
That is awesome. Yeah, just go get a pair of black jeans and a white T-shirt or something.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. Jeff Goldblum is gonna reprise the role of Dr. Ian McCallum, Malcolm, for Jurassic World 2, which is awesome. That's
Halla
man.
freaking Luya.
Oh yeah, when I saw that, I was like, this. I was hoping they would, just because
You know,
the second Lost World was huge with him,
yeah.
so it makes sense that oh man, that's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to see what he does.
Hey, casting finds a way.
That's funny. Yeah, yeah, that's gonna be good. We got Dolph Lundgren. Sorry, I got something in my throat. Cast as King Nereus. How do you pronounce his name?
Nereus, I think.
Nereus,
Yeah.
yeah. For
For
Aquaman.
yeah, so he's gonna be a bad guy. So hey,
Yeah.
Dolph, it's kind of like after the Expendables, people were like, oh yeah, Dolph Lundgren's still a thing, right?
Right. Right.
So he's kind of popped up here and there. It's been kind of great.
Oh yeah. And I'll let you take this next one since this.
Yeah, and this was a bummer on two levels. Ridley Scott made a statement about because Neil Blomkamp was gonna do Alien 5, quote unquote, and it was gonna be like a direct sequel to Aliens and answer a lot of questions, and it looked really awesome from the art that he would tweet out every once in a while.
Right.
Um, so Ridley Scott kind of confirmed, yeah, it's dead, and kind of threw a little shade at it too, uh, with the statement he made of just there was really just a 10-page treatment. There wasn't a script, and it's dead because the studio just didn't want to do it.
Oh wow.
And I was kind of like, wow, you kind of sound like a pretentious little asshole in this. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't, and maybe I'm reading too much into it. Entirely possible. Maybe there was more context to it. Maybe in the very next sentence it was, Neil's a talented filmmaker and his vision was intriguing, but the studio decided to go a different direction. But,
Right.
we
Right.
only have one little quote, but it does just kind of jive with the idea that once people started talking about Alien 5 and like this is going to get going, suddenly the Prometheus sequel like kicks into high gear.
Yeah.
Like that was I thought, well, that was kind of odd, but okay. And
Mm-hmm.
and now it's not Prometheus 2, it's it's got its own Alien title now. It's like it does feel a little bit like he kind of muscled him out, or somebody did, or it was a confluence of decisions. Like it seems like Blomkamp kind of got the shaft here,
That sucks.
and that's a bummer because I like him.
Oh.
And this looked like it was going to be a good bounce back from Chappie, which was, but not
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was no District 9.
Oh no 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 no. It was okay. It was better than I thought it was gonna be, honestly.
Yeah. I kept
Chappie.
as I was watching that, I was like, "Oh, this kind of looks stupid." But
Yeah.
when you actually watch the film, you're like, "Oh, there's like actual heart and like really good writing in it." But it just
It's reminded me of Modern Short Circuit,
yeah,
honestly. Yeah.
that's a really good way to look at it for sure.
Yeah. That's why I was like, this is like a Modern Short Circuit with these two like weirdos, but
Yeah,
it fit. It fit really well.
it worked, but like it was, I don't know, it was lacking something. I don't know what.
Right. Right.
But
Well, we will take a quick break. When we get back, we got a shit ton of more movie news to talk about. Again, you're listening to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM, and we'll see you guys all in a minute. Welcome back to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM, and got a lot more movie news to talk about. Uh, We got some Fantastic Beasts 2 news. Jude Law cast as Dumbledore, which is crazy. Callum Turner from Green Room cast as Newt's brother. So, what do you think about this?
This is interesting news. Callum, I'm not really familiar with, so
Hmm.
I don't really have an opinion on him one way or another. I like that they're introducing the character of Newt's brother. They referenced him, I think, once in Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
Um, Jude Law as a young Dumbledore. Now that's a curious choice. Like I like it,
Uh
and I
huh.
I don't. It's not like, well, then who would you have cast? I don't know.
Right.
That was not like, yeah, Jude Law still does stuff. That
Yeah.
was another one of just like I totally forgot about him.
I could see it. I could totally see him as a young Dumbledore. I think
Yeah,
he's got the look. He definitely act. He can do it. Why not?
yeah. No, I think he's gonna do a fantastic job.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Now this piece of news.
Here's news I've wanted to get to all week.
I'll let you take it.
Okay, so Sony TriStar is working on a film called Pandemonium. It's written by Craig A. Williams, who wrote the live-action Underdog movie,
Mm-hmm.
uh, uh, and it's a co-production with Michael Luisi, who is president of a little film company, and I do stress little, uh, WWE Studios, because this film is a biopic about one Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Yes. Now, did
Th-
you hear what they were doing? Apparently, there's been a script that's been out there for a while now, but it was mostly fiction,
yeah,
and it had to do with like him meeting his wife at a strip club and like just a bunch of crazy stuff that uh, that wasn't true. And apparently, obviously, the what was real was crazier than
oh yeah,
what they were trying to make up. So this is gonna be interesting. I'm wondering if obviously it's gonna be a little biased. I think we're not gonna see. I don't think the super controversial stuff. Or I don't think it's going to paint him in a bad light. I
well,
think they might have the controversial stuff in there, but it won't paint him in a terrible light, if that
I
makes
I
sense.
always think about whenever the kind of when I think about a biopic like this, with especially with somebody who's had any kind of like volatile life. I keep thinking about Straight Outta Compton,
Okay.
where they completely skipped one of the most famous incidents of Dre's life, where he beat the living hell out of D Barnes.
Right.
And they don't even like they maybe kind of obliquely mention it at one point. That's
Right.
all the attention it gets, and I'm like, wow, that was a I mean that was a genuine problem I had with the film. It's like, okay, so it really is kind of a glamorizing, like, oh, look at how hard things are, and yeah, we screwed up a lot, but
Oh yeah.
a case like this where it was like, and here's where he really screwed up, we're not
Yeah.
going to talk about that.
No, they're gonna glamorize him. Now, do you think it's gonna pick like from what I was reading? They think it's gonna pick up like right around the Hogan, like the end of the Hogan era, into like the Attitude Era and him, beating Ted Turner. I'd be kind of interested in the stuff before that,
I
like him getting the territories.
Yeah, I want to see like when I want to see like everything up to that point, actually. Like I want to see
Right.
when young Vince started working for his father up until he kind of took over the business. Like I would take
Oh yeah.
like young Vince up until the Attitude Era, because we've done the Monday Night Wars to death.
Right.
We
Right. End it with the Stone Cold stuff or whatever, or the screw job.
right,
You know.
or just you could the screw job would be an interesting thing to have in there, because it
Mhm.
showed the birth of the excuse me of the character of Mr. McMahon,
Right.
and
Exactly.
that was arguably just an absolute master stroke
Yeah.
to say, you know what, I'm not only am I not gonna try to capitulate and be like, well, this blah 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 blah. I'm gonna do the biggest, like arguably the biggest heel turn in wrestling history. It was, I really think the only thing comparable to that would be if they'd legitimately turned Roman after Mania.
Right.
Like that, there was nothing, for Vince to come out and sit down there and on camera just say, Brett screwed Brett is an iconic
Right.
line for a reason.
Right, exactly. I was thinking who could play him if it was older, like if it was like the if it was the Attitude Era. I was thinking like Stephen Lang would be kind of perfect for him, the
Yeah.
guy from Avatar. But a younger Vince, I don't even know who. I don't know who you would cast.
Seen a lot of people saying John Hamm, and I don't quite disagree with that.
Oh, I could totally see John Hamm. I would be. I wouldn't be able to not see John Hamm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But could they get someone that big? I don't think they could. I think this would be, if they get anybody, it would be. I think they would probably go the route of more of a nobody that looks like him that can act a little bit.
They could, yeah.
And I don't think this is going to be the last Vince McMahon movie we ever see either. I think we would get. I think Hollywood would feel much better touching Vince McMahon once he. This is going to sound terrible, but once he has passed away.
I mean that's kind of the same thing that a lot of people are thinking is like
Steve Jobs, like yeah, a lot of
yeah,
those big time people. Um, when
but
Hollywood's not, they're not going to touch him while he's still alive and everything else.
right.
It would be after the fact when they've written books and stuff like that, and that's when you're
That's
going to get the big Hollywood pictures. This one, it's going to be a WWE picture, so it's not. I don't think it's going to be John Hamm. Who knows? I mean, that's dude, we've been talking about that. Like, that is a story just prime
yeah,
for a TV show or a movie.
I like that would be a great mini series.
Oh
Like
yeah.
give me like one Netflix season of this
Mm-hmm.
because then you could tell a
Oh, dude.
full story. That
You
would
could
be
you could do like
amazing.
4 or 5 seasons, honestly.
This
You
is
really
true.
could. All the different eras and stuff. Like you could start there at the very beginning and do a season about that, and then go from there. And like you
Yeah.
could, yeah, man, you could totally do that. Which I'm surprised hasn't happened yet. Or like kind of like Halt and Catch Fire, where it's not really about a real company, but it's about that time frame, and it spoofs basically AOL and stuff.
Yeah. See that?
Like,
Yeah, that would be something interesting. I think well cuz they're doing Glow.
oh, that's true. They
They
are
are
doing
they
Glow.
are
That's
doing
right.
that. But like I get what you're saying. Like if somebody made like if somebody said, "Hey, like Southpaw Regional Wrestling looks really funny, but what if
Right.
we did that like as a Halt and Catch Fire thing instead?"
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they could basically just spoof the WWE, just instead of WWF, just call it, like, I don't know, something close, and just have just interesting characters
Yeah.
behind the scenes. Obviously, uh, that had the same kind of struggles that they did. That's just ripe for a screenplay.
Yeah.
You know?
Big time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's kind
that's
of like
a
what they did with the wrestler. Like that was Jake the Snake. Everyone knew that was Jake the Snake. Apparently, I didn't know at the time, but when I went back,
yeah, it
it
was
makes a lot of sense.
yeah, you go back and look at it and you're like, "Yep. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it."
and that's what they did. So I saw. I don't know if I mentioned on the show, but I listened to a podcast where he was talking about that. He's like, "What the fuck?" Like I guess Mickey Rourke went up to him and like tried to talk to him about it. And he was like, "Are you gonna give me a paycheck? Like, get the fuck out of here." Why are you talking to me? You obviously just told my whole life, and you're saying thank you. Like, where's my paycheck? That's a thank you. Like he's like, I'm dying here.
yeah.
So feel bad, but yeah. So that dude, I can't wait for that. That's gonna be cool. I
Yeah.
don't know if the news is in here. I'm gonna look real fast. I don't see it. Did you see who wants to play Booster Gold?
I did. I meant to put that in here because I actually think that's fantastic news.
The
Like
Miz. Now I haven't seen him act because I haven't seen any of his movies, but he has the look and attitude.
here's the thing. If The Miz was doing something that wasn't a WWE Studios film, it might actually be good. Like
Oh, okay.
that's kind of the problem. Like that's all he's been in. Like the
Hmm.
Marine sequels have all been WWE Studios films. So
Right.
there's you can't judge somebody's acting based on those films because they're not really very good.
Right. So yeah, but I mean, I have nothing to go off of besides what
Yeah.
he does on television. I mean, he does a good job on TV. So he plays kind of that guy that's like, hey, I want to be. like that, and then he did it, and he kind of faked it till he made it, and now he's a superstar now.
Yeah.
So but if for years he was like, I want to be The Rock or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
He could.
and
No,
it's
he could.
Booster Gold in a nutshell. He's a guy that's faking it, and then suddenly he's a hero,
Yeah. And then he's still kind of a dick.
and
Like
he's still kind of a dick. Yeah, yeah, it'd be
that's
perfect.
what's great. Like if the Miz, you could take the Miz's TV character and almost just put him in the suit. Instead, if you tweaked the blatant disrespect and turned it into like just haughty, oh please, the fame guy, no please, no autographs right now, no I couldn't
Right.
possibly, that fake fawning kind of nonsense,
Hmm.
that would be it. Like that would absolutely be it.
Oh yeah, yeah, man. That's interesting news. I hope he gets it. We got some Fast and Furious news. Universal confirms series to end with 10th film. We'll get a spin-off with The Rock and Jason Statham. So it's
I
going to end with the 10th one?
Yeah, the main series, the 10th film is going to be the last one.
I don't believe that.
I do because I really think they're done after 10.
What are they on right now? What was the one that just
8.
came out?
That was 8, man.
So there's 9 and there's 10, and then there'll be a spin-off with The Rock.
At some point, yeah. The Rock and Jason Statham get their own little buddy movie. Jesus.
But they're I don't understand how they're going to redeem Jason Statham.
I don't either. Looking at the trailer and it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna pair you with the guy who killed Han. Are you freaking kidding me?
Doesn't unless Han survives, and I don't know. I haven't seen the new one. Unless he survives, you can't do that. Everyone wants his head.
Right.
It's like making like Joffrey, a spinoff with with Jon Snow and Joffrey. It's not going to happen. It wouldn't make sense.
It,
It
it,
wouldn't.
exactly. Like they just don't.
So
Nah, I don't. Boo.
yeah, yeah. So we'll see. Dude, that's too big for Universal. We'll see if they really end it with the 10th
Well,
film.
I think that's why they're doing the spinoff. Like they can't.
Right.
I think it's just they can't keeping the same cast.
Yeah.
Like I think they all kind of want to go, especially. But who's the busiest one out of all of them? The Rock.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's the one they want to hold on to. Like, okay,
Sure.
well, we're kind of done with these other ones, but you will keep you do a spinoff. Yeah,
Right.
that'd be interesting.
I don't know.
Um,
We'll see.
this one was interesting. Ewan McGregor to star in Winnie the Pooh spinoff, Christopher Robin.
Yeah,
What?
he's gonna play. Okay, you saw Hook, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing that with Winnie the Pooh, basically, where
Well, that's
Christopher
interesting.
Robin grows up and he loses his power of imagination, blah blah blah.
That'd be
So
cool. Yeah.
yeah, I
Be like a
mean,
new book for kids. Yeah.
yeah, pretty much. And I mean, they could do worse. They could have picked a worse property to do it for. So
No, I mean, honestly, think that's the best thing you could do for Winnie the Pooh, unless you made like another children's movie. I think
which
the
they've
Christopher.
which they keep doing, and it's like, okay,
Right.
cool. Those are. I don't even know if those are for this generation of kids anymore, though.
Right. Yeah, I don't think kids are interested in that. So that's cool. That's cool. We got the Silver Chair, Joe Johnson, Captain America, to direct the next Chronicles of Narnia film.
Yeah, Jesus God, they keep making these films.
I don't. I've seen two of them. I think. I
Yeah,
don't.
I
They've
think
never for me.
there've only been 3, I think. But like
Oh.
because the last one took forever to get made and come out, and then nobody saw it.
Yeah, that's done and gone. They're not exciting. They're not as exciting as like Lord of the Rings or something. It
No,
always felt weird.
it's just I don't know. Like it was an interesting thought because
Hmm.
like oh yeah Narnia blah blah blah, but like the rest of the stories it just don't quite they're not as interesting as the Lion the Witch and the Wardrobe is the most interesting one.
Right, right, right.
And so they did that. I mean, even though it's not the first book, it was arguably the more interesting of them. So they did that one, and they were like, that worked great, and
Mhm.
franchise, and it didn't work because the other books just aren't that interesting.
Right.
They're really
Yeah.
not.
I agree. I agree. We got some World War Two. I'm sorry, World War Z two. It's a stupid title. World War Z two. news: David Fincher to direct the sequel.
Yeah, boy, what's that gonna be like?
I mean, what do you do?
I I don't
They're just
know.
using the name, like not. It had nothing to do with the book, so it's just so stupid now.
And when you consider, you look at World War Z, and you think about the absolute train wreck that it was in production.
Right.
Like they had to basically rewrite they finished the movie, if I remember right, and then they had to go back and basically just rewrite the back half of the movie.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was
Exactly.
it was insane.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Got some Stephen King film news. The Dark Tower trailer to shown from Guardians Volume 2.
Cool.
Yeah, and you take this next one here.
Yeah, there was in '84 they did a film based on Firestarter,
Right,
and so
right.
now Akiva Goldsman is coming in to write and direct a remake.
Okay.
And Akiva Goldsman has been around forever. Uh, it's he's been working a lot on, I want to say right now it's been the Transformers franchise, but
Oh, okay.
he's done. Let me pull up just a quick list of movies, because it's, I mean, A Beautiful Mind, I Am Legend, The Da Vinci Code. He's working on The Dark Tower, so this all makes sense. I, Robot, Cinderella Man, and they can't all be winners. Hancock. What else is on here? Batman and Robin. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, wow.
But Jonah Hex, the Star Trek reboot, Starsky and Hutch.
Mm.
What else? He's working on the new King Arthur film. He did Constantine with Keanu Reeves. Um, there's it's an interesting list, really.
Oh, yeah.
But
Definitely sounds it.
yeah, not a stranger to the bigger films.
Yeah.
So good for him.
There you go. There you go. Well, we're gonna take a quick break. When we get back, we'll get into some more movie news because it never seems to be ending. Um, and then we'll get into some TV and video games. Again, you're listening to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM. We'll see you guys all in a minute. Welcome back to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM, and we got some more movie news here. We got a movie called The Post by Steven Spielberg. It's going to be released December 22nd, 2017.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's gonna star Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep, and it's gonna be about the believe it's what is it, the Washington Post publishing the Pentagon Papers back during the Nixon administration.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And the thing is, the people from the Times, who originally published the papers until a court shut them down, are pissed
Oh, wow.
because they're the ones who broke the story. They started the series reporting on it. They won the Pulitzer for it, and the movie's about the Post instead of the Times.
Ooh.
And so yeah, they are justifiably a little bit pissed off.
Oh, I bet.
So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how that plays.
Yeah. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. Um, I love those Spielberg kind of films. We got um, Unbreakable news. M. Night Shyamalan, no, just kidding, confirms, I just like saying his name like that, confirms sequel to both Unbreakable and Split, titled Glass, to release on January 18th, 2019.
Yeah, have you seen Split?
I have not.
Ah,
I'll see
okay.
it soon. It's
It's
out, right? I'll see it
yeah.
this week.
Here's the thing. It's good. It's it's
Yeah,
it's genuinely good.
yeah.
Um, and it's the twist
No,
doesn't.
don't tell me a twist.
I'm not gonna tell you what it is. I'm just gonna say it doesn't come until it's almost like a post credits twist.
Okay.
So it all, like I kept it kind of took away from the film a little bit for me because I kept waiting for it and waiting for it and waiting for it. And I was like, "Where's the twist? Where's the twist? Where's the twist?" Don't enjoy the movie.
Right.
Don't
Okay.
worry about like, oh, it's a Shyamalan film. There's a twist coming. Don't worry about that.
Right.
Enjoy the movie. It's a good movie. It really is. I liked it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I heard nothing but good things. Just like Get Out, I heard nothing but good things, and
Yeah,
I feel like an idiot for waiting as long as I did.
yeah, and everybody who's trying to pick their jaw up off the floor. Yes, I said an M Night Shyamalan movie was good.
Yeah, I like his movies. I mean, a lot of the last, I don't know,
He's had
however
a
many years.
he's had a bad run since the last Airbender. Oh,
Oh God,
you could and
I
I
saw
mean,
that in the theater, and I don't remember a single second of it.
man, I saw people at a comic shop get in a fight over that movie.
No, I might have
It was it was
had a
just
brownie
it was
when
hysterical.
before we went to see it,
Oh, there you go.
and I fell asleep through the whole thing. I legitimately don't remember a single scene. So
You're better off for it, really.
yeah. I just remember the kid had the arrow on his head, and I kept thinking that's the little kid from the show Weeds.
Yeah, that's the little white kid. What's he doing
Yeah, the
here?
little white kid.
Uh,
Yeah.
what?
So,
Just the first of a billion problems with it. It's just an awful film.
and he had a flying dog too. No, I don't know.
We had a flying bison. Like that's the
Okay,
thing.
that's
Like
what it was.
the cartoon was cute. It was adorable. It was fun. It was a good cartoon. And then it wasn't a thing of like, oh, the movie screwed up these things from the cartoon. It was like, oh, the movie took the Asian kid and made him white, and the movie didn't know how to pronounce things within itself. Like so many people were saying things two or three different ways, and
Oh
it
wow.
was it was just a mess. There's so many problems with that film, just
Oh yeah.
just by itself. Like even if you took the show out of it, like I've never seen the show, I'm just gonna watch the movie. It's still a crap movie.
Right.
It's awful.
Right. All right. We got speaking of Avatar,
Yes.
we got some release dates for the sequels announced. Avatar 2, December 18th, 2020. Third one will be December 17th, 2001. Avatar 4 will be December 20th, 2024. Good lord. Avatar 5, December 19th, 2025.
Yeah,
Fuck.
that's what's interesting. There's a nice little 3 year gap between 3 and 4, and I don't know why.
I imagine that's when they're just like Star Wars. They'll have they'll have the trilogy, and then there'll probably be a big significant break between 3 and 4, maybe like story wise. Uh, I mean that makes sense. I mean it wouldn't make sense if in the Star Wars films after 8, or I'm sorry, 9, they do like 2 or 3 years of like anthology films and then come back with the big ones, right? I mean, I'd be okay with that as long as they got a Star Wars film.
Yeah, no,
But
I'm all right with that too.
yeah, that'd be a cool little break. It's kind of how it was a normal break between the films,
Yeah, kind of.
3 or however many years it took to, between episodes. So
Yeah. Here's
yeah,
here's what I want to see. I've been thinking about this a lot lately. If they're gonna say, all right, episode 9, and then this story is in its own way over. All right, fine. Do the next standalone film, and then I want an Old Republic trilogy, because there is a perfect character who has a 3 movie, like big 3 act structure,
right.
who you could do a trilogy off of. You could
Yeah.
absolutely have a Revan trilogy, and I
Hmm.
want that.
Yeah.
I want that a lot.
Oh yeah. I completely agree. You could totally do Revan. Um, yeah, that'd be interesting. Um, I mean, there's so many characters they could make up. I mean, Kyle Katarn could have a bunch. Like, you could go anywhere in the Star Wars universe. But I completely agree with you. In fact, I'd actually rather have like a Netflix Kotar show where
I'm
you
all
get
right with
more
that.
time with that character.
Sure.
Um, yeah, I'm just I've talked about this so many times on the show, but I am way more in the mood of a franchise that I love. I'd rather have a TV show because you get more time with it. You get more time to digest it and enjoy it, and it's not 2 hours in a year. It's like no, it's like 13 at least. So
Yeah, you ask for that now, and then you get Iron Fist. So
yeah, but I mean, you know, sometimes you get a bad one, but it doesn't. Netflix has done pretty good until that point. It's not like it's funny. I saw some people like, well, that's it. I'm done watching Marvel Netflix. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? Like they had one show that wasn't as good as the other ones, and you're just ready to throw in the towel. Okay,
exactly,
like
like,
I guess.
oh, they can't all be winners. So like, oh god,
Right, like what the hell? Like 10 years ago, we were we were never this spoiled with good television. There was
no,
one or two shows on a year that were fantastic, and everyone was trying to copy them. Remember when Lost was out?
uh-huh.
I, what other show was around it that was anywhere near? It's ridiculous, totally
if
ridiculous.
if you told anybody 10 years ago, hey, we're gonna get it. If you told anybody like around the time of the Daredevil movie, hey, relax, they're gonna do a show on a streaming service that doesn't exist yet, and it's gonna be the most amazing thing you've ever seen, they
Right.
they would have had you committed.
Hmm.
They would have thought you'd absolutely lost your mind.
Oh yeah, they would have called you crazy. Yeah, we're spoiled. We're and it's not just like if you look at television, there's a million comic book TV shows now,
Yeah,
and for the most part they're good. There's some terrible ones, but for the most part, or boring ones, I should say. But for the most part, they're good. But that's not where it ends with television. We've got fantastic sci-fi with Westworld. We got great fantasy, with Game of Thrones. Like the list goes on. We have great comedies right now. Like we are definitely 100% in the golden age of television, without a doubt.
yeah,
You can turn on Netflix and you can, if you're not in the mood for that, you can watch 13 Reasons Why. Like, or there's so many different things available to you. It's ridiculous, to even. I don't know. I just found it just so stupid. I mean, look at like even animation with like Rick and Morty and stuff like that. Like Family Guy. Like we're doing great. I don't know.
yeah,
Anyway, let's get back to.
yeah. Thank God we're not having a writer's strike because that would have sucked.
Oh yeah, that's over with now, isn't it?
Yeah, it would have. It was never like they authorized. Okay, so real quick side tangent. What the Writers Guild members did when they voted wasn't a vote to strike. It was a vote to authorize the board to begin a strike. It wasn't their way of saying we want to strike. It was their way of saying, "Hey, we would like to strike. If you can't make a deal, you have our permission to tell them we are on strike." It's
Right,
a
right.
weird, bizarre kind of thing. But so they had that authorization, and the negotiating committee sat with the studio representatives, what they call it, the AMPTP, American Motion Picture Television, yeah, AMPTP, and they hammered out a deal. What, like three? When does this? Like two days ago, I think 2 3 days ago.
Oh, okay.
So there's not going to be a strike. Everything's going to be fine. Uh, but I just
Did
that kind of stuff just fascinates me. I don't know.
Yeah. Did you see real fast? And this isn't movie news. This is TV news. But kind of we brought up Netflix and whatnot. Did you see that apparently? And I don't know how real this is.
It's real. Are you talking about Orange is the New Black?
Yeah, someone
Yes.
released the Orange is the New Black.
The first 10 episodes of season 5. Yeah, it's legit.
That's crazy. Yeah, the hacker calling himself the Dark Overlord.
Oh, for Christ's sake, people. At least be original. Like, I'm not trying to start any trouble. I'm just saying pick something original, for
Oh,
God's sake.
lame. Didn't receive his ransom in time, his money, from Netflix. So he released several of the episodes. It says, and he says a public warning to other major studios saying you're next. So, that's odd. I mean, I guess that's kind of the the risk of shooting them all at once and then releasing them at once.
True.
But how does that happen?
Well, I mean, let's ask Sony.
It's true.
How was that not such a giant wake up call? Like I would have given anything to think that after what happened to Sony, every studio, every production company
Hmm.
would have busted the bank
Yeah.
getting cybersecurity experts in
Yeah.
there to make sure their networks were as secure as absolutely possible.
Oh yeah, like it's crazy. They could have released the Defenders. Oh man, that would have been great.
I'd
No,
have...
but I don't know. In a way, that'd be great for, I guess, for whatever. But in a way, it's kind of damaging to them because
Well, that's the
that
point.
yeah, that's going to take their numbers and stuff down. So I don't approve of that or want that at all. That's terrible.
Yeah. But it does expose a very real, like, oh shit, this can happen.
Yeah.
And, again, so,
I'm
like,
surprised they didn't pay him because they have enough money to do that. They would have been.
you know, Netflix
I
does
guess you
not
don't want to go
negotiate.
down that path.
Exactly. Netflix does not negotiate with terrorists.
Right, right. All right, let's see here. We got Aladdin. Will Smith in talks to play the genie in the live-action Disney film. That's kind of cool.
You know what? They could do worse. They could do
Yeah, no,
worse.
I could totally see Will Smith doing it. It'd
Yeah.
be funny.
Like, that's not a terrible choice. Like, it's a different
No.
comedy, but it's still comedy. Like, Will, I haven't seen Will do anything funny in a long time, but
Yeah, but he's funny. He's conversational fun. Like
exactly.
he's got charisma.
Yeah,
So
he's a funny guy. Like,
yeah.
I absolutely can see this, no doubt.
It's no one's gonna fill those shoes.
No,
So
and I think that going this route is their way of not trying to. Like, it's going to go in a different direction, which I'm on board. I like this.
yeah, exactly. Don't I don't think they're gonna copy what Robin Williams did, but at the same time, they're just gonna make a funny genie, and that Will Smith is funny. He can be hysterical. So that's great. Let's see here. We got Batman and Bill trailer for Hulu documentary about Bill Finger released.
Yeah, this looked interesting. Yeah.
Ooh.
It's well, because the story behind this, right?
Right.
Yeah. So it's basically just the documentary of, like, no, here's this guy made Batman. Bob Kane did his share and everything, but he wasn't the only one. So let's start telling the truth here.
Yeah, no, I didn't know they had a documentary about it on Hulu, so that's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if it's released yet. Like, I saw the trailer, but I don't know. It might be out now. I don't know.
Oh, really? That's cool.
I think it's this month.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I will definitely be checking that out.
Yeah.
I love documentaries. Doesn't even matter what it's about, but obviously, if it's something I'm interested in, then it's even better. That's cool. Did you see the trailer for Detroit? The film starring about the Detroit riots.
I did. That was intense.
Yeah, doesn't it have John Boyega in it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, because I saw it a few weeks ago. I think it was right around Celebration, and I was like, man, this kid's doing a lot of things.
He is, man. And I still go back to Attack the Block. Like, it really was a great performance.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, he seems to be like the guy that's like, I'll do the big blockbuster movie, and then I'll do like the smaller picture that has a lot of heart and a good story and that sort of thing. That's important to him. So that's cool. That's awesome.
Good on him. Good on John.
Yeah.
The Batman and Bill is the 6th.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah,
it's
that's this weekend.
Yeah. So it's, what is that, Saturday, right?
Yeah. That's after Cinco de Mayo, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, did you see all the Star Wars deals?
I saw some. I know. Like, GameStop is doing a lot of, like, the merch. Like,
yeah. I mean, like, there's so many stores. If you go to like StarWars.com or like their Facebook page, they had a whole list.
Yeah.
And it was just so long of all the stuff from all the different stores. So
yeah,
I'll probably hit up Best Buy and the other places.
Yeah, I'm so glad I'm broke. Like, this doesn't even tempt me.
Yeah, no.
Just because I would win the lottery and just, like, buy all these. Like, it doesn't even matter what they are. Like, I would have, I would have to buy another house for all my Star Wars stuff.
Oh man, like, I saw a grill, like one of the TIE Fighter grills, and I saw the same TIE Fighter grill at Celebration, and it's on sale. I was like, oh, I have no, like, I don't know how many grills right now. I have like 3. Do not need that, or 2, I guess now.
Yeah.
But yeah. do
Oh,
not need that. But it looks so cool because it's a TIE fighter.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
and all the pops and stuff like that. It's so tempting.
oh,
You're right.
oh man, I would.
It,
It's that would be my addiction. Like once
oh
I
yeah.
start buying pop figurines, I would not be able to stop. I
Oh yeah.
really wouldn't.
See, I've stuck now to strictly just Star Wars, so
Yeah.
I had to draw a line somewhere. Do you want to take the next one before we take a break, or?
Let's go ahead and hit a break real quick.
Okay. All right. So again, you listen to We Geek Podcast on N.FM. We'll get back and we got just a few more movie news to talk about. All right. See you guys in a minute. Welcome back to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM. And apparently they're doing a Madonna biopic called Blonde Ambition. Elise Hollanders. So it's a biopic screenplay, the top of 2006 Blacklist, picked by Universal. Michael DeLuca from 50 Shades of Grey and Brett Ratner to produce. So that's interesting.
Yeah, there's an odd duo, but
Very odd.
yeah, this was a script at the top of last year's Blacklist, and already like Madonna tweeted out like a specific section of the script from like one of her appearances on one of Dick Clark's many shows. I don't remember if it
Right.
was American Bandstand or New Year's Rockin' Eve. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
And was just like, oh yeah, and this is all lies, blah 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 blah. And so then people started tweeting her the YouTube link to the video where she said the things that are in the script on the show. So it's already gonna be one of these things, and just
Yeah.
I
I
would
never did that. Well, there's a video. Oh, shit.
yeah. And I'm just like, oh my god, just be happy for once that you don't have to do something to stay relevant right now.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's kind of what Madonna's been doing for the last I don't know how long. Like
Oh, yeah.
it's been about oh well she's got to do something to stay relevant again. Like okay, well here's somebody saying hey we're gonna make a biopic about you, and at you you've kind of got three choices really. You can either do like she did and just denounce it. You can just kind of ignore it. Oh hey they're making a movie about my life, or you can find a way to cooperate with it. Hey, I'd kind of like, it's kind of my life. Can I promise not to completely try to overrule the screenwriter or anything here, but, I could help. I was there.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Yeah. That'll be interesting. That would definitely be interesting. Um, let's see here. Where are we at? Oh, this was crazy. Coming to America 2, sequel being written by the original writers, Barry Blastwine and David Sheffield. What do you think about this, man?
I just, why not? I'm so past caring about what they remake and sequel 40 years later. I don't care. Just
Yeah.
sure, what the hell?
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
I don't know where it's going, but I want to find out.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yep. So definitely would like to see that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Why not? Let's get into some TV news here.
Yeah, finally.
Yep. Warner Brothers company launching new digital DC branded platform for TV. Will include long and development shows like Titans, as well as season 3 of Young Justice, titled Young Justice Outsiders.
Yeah, they're doing a CBS All Access. They're launching their own channel.
Why?
Because everybody else was passing on stuff. Titans had been kicked around to how many networks? Like TNT was the last big one signed to it, and then it might have gone to some like VOD service, and there was talk of Young Justice season 3 maybe going to Netflix, but apparently that didn't quite work the way they wanted it to, I guess.
I'm just not paying for more apps. I'm just not. Too many.
I
have
hear
Netflix. I have the network. I have HBO. I'm just not doing it. Hulu every once in a while.
Well, I mean, I get it. Like, this is for people to get away from cable. And
By the end of the day, you're paying just as much, as not more.
Well, but at that
And you're
point,
not getting the live sports. It's annoying to me. I'm just tired of the apps.
yeah, but you're starting to get more live sports though. I mean, hell, what is it? Amazon is streaming what 10 NFL games this season?
Yeah, it's just I don't know.
It's
It,
I'm with you that it's not the same, but it's moving this like this is where we're headed. This is what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a la carte network apps. It's
well, that would be fun. Like I don't know. I'm just looking at what I'm spending, and
yeah,
it's just as much as having regular TV, and it's like, why
yep.
can't that be on there? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just complaining. But to the people who wanted a new season of Young Justice, congratulations, and for people who want to see Titans, there you go. I don't know why that would work so well on CW. I don't know why that would not be a thing. But I mean, the CW seems primed for Titans.
Well, because I mean, shit, they've already got 5 shows.
Yeah, but Titans, like that is bigger than arguably bigger than any of the shows they have on there.
True to a point, sure.
I mean, it's like that's as close as Justice League as you're gonna get.
Yeah, and I mean, we've seen what happens when they shop their shows to different networks. You know, they all wind up back on CW in some way, shape, or form.
Right,
Supergirl
exactly.
did a season on CBS, came back to the CW. Constantine tanked on NBC. They bring him back on rare occasions on the
Hmm.
CW. Like that's
Yeah,
it. They just need to stop with the idea of like, oh, we can do this other places. No, you can't. They won't do it right.
yeah, oh yeah. Um,
But
let's see here.
you know, speaking of which, NBC canceled Powerless because the ratings sucked.
Yeah, yeah, man, I didn't see an episode of that.
No, I didn't either.
Yeah, it's a shame. Let's think. Pulls the last three episodes, so like
Yeah,
they're not even gonna finish it.
one of which had didn't it have? I think one of them had like a cameo from Adam West, didn't it?
That's crazy. I didn't see it. No,
Or
I have no
something,
idea.
something like that. One of the ones that isn't gonna be aired.
Oh, that's
It's got
crazy.
it's got a cameo from somebody like that. If it's not Adam West, it's somebody like that. But
Hmm.
just like somebody big with like DC like film and TV mythos. I think it was Adam West.
That's cool. That sucks that no one's gonna
Yeah.
see it. I guess maybe till Blu-ray. Um, we got first trailer for the sci-fi series Krypton. What'd you
Yeah,
think of it?
that looked like shit.
I thought it looked cool.
No man, it looked like they said, "Hey, remember when we did the spin-off from Battlestar Galactica
Yeah,
where
it kind of looked like that.
it looked like I don't even remember what the show was called because it lasted so long. But it's like, hey, you know, future aesthetic, you know, very sci-fi network look, you know,
Capricorn or something.
what could possibly go wrong?
Caprica. Yeah, yeah,
Caprica, that was it.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
thank you.
think that's what it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
No, I
but
agree. Yeah, no, it looks like a sci-fi channel, so
yeah.
no doubt about that.
It's,
I'm not that interested in a show about Krypton either, but I'll give it a try.
uh,
Um,
spoiler alert: 2 generations later, the planet blows up and everybody who's on the show dies.
well, oh yeah, no doubt.
It's just I like I that doesn't interest me. It's too close. If you
Yeah,
went back, you know, 5 or 6 more generations, I'd be interested.
right. Yeah,
Because then it's like, oh, in the very distant future, the planet explodes and everybody dies. But
right.
you know, this when it's like, oh, it's Superman's grandfather. Oh, okay, great. So you know, don't care, don't care.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Um, and now I didn't see the trailer for this. Um,
Oh, for Cloak and Dagger.
yeah, yeah,
It's very, you know, it's on Freeform, which used to be ABC Family, and it looks like it, which is fine by me because that's what they're aiming for.
yeah,
This is probably not going to be a show for a lot of Marvel fans, but it's definitely a good. It does look like a good young adult show. It does.
yeah, yeah. I haven't seen it. I need to see the trailer for it. Um, but cool, cool, cool.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We got some set photos from the Punisher release. I didn't see these though. What they look like?
It looked like John Bernthal in a black shirt with a giant skull on the front.
You know what? I did see these.
Yeah, like they're like
Definitely
that's
did.
kind of all this. He looks badass, but
Yeah,
there's nothing earth shattering about them.
yeah. Oh yeah. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Can't wait for the
fun.
Punisher.
Gonna be fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We got the X Files, a second 10 episode revival series, um, confirmed for the 2017-2018 season. So hell yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, we knew it was just a matter of time.
Yeah.
Like it was all but a done deal. They were just waiting to dot the i's and cross the t's.
Yeah, so we got a little bit more this time instead of like what was 6 episodes last time.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's cool. I want more like that lizard one. That was so good.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was
That was
classic.
fun.
Got Lock and Key, Scott Dickerson, from Doctor Strange to direct a pilot for Hulu series based on Joe Hill's graphic novel.
Yeah, that was an interesting choice. I approve.
We've been waiting to hear about this for a while now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go ahead and take the next one.
Yeah. So the Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time book series has been one of these like they should make this, they should not make this, they need to make this projects forever.
Yeah.
Rafe Judkins, who has worked on Agents of Shield and Hemlock Grove, and also Chuck, if I remember right, is going to be the showrunner for the adaptation. He's going to be working. They're doing it at Sony Pictures Television.
Mm.
We don't know a network or anything yet, but it is a thing that they're actually working on now. So.
Mm. Yeah, no. A friend of mine, a listener of the show, Sean, um, loves those books.
Cool.
But I don't think he finished them. He said it had to do, I think, with the author passed away, and I think the son finished it or something like that. But or maybe he did, and I'm just
Well, that
misremembering what he
happened.
was telling me.
I mean, that's happened with a lot of these series too.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. But I guess this one was famously long, like
Oh
so many
yeah,
books and stuff.
it's I think 20 something books.
That just seems prime for television.
Yeah, or 17 or something. It's an outrageous number. It's a huge series.
I mean, if done right, that something like that could be the next Game of Thrones, where you just have this huge monster series, and if
True.
the stars aligned and you have the right actors and team and everything, then that could be great. I really think these studios are looking for the next Game of Thrones, and I think that's why they're buying up properties like this, and I don't know, a whole bunch. But yeah, man, I can't wait. Let's see here. What else do we got? Did you see the trailer for The Mist?
I did. It actually kind of looked interesting.
Yeah, it looked really interesting.
So I'll be kind of excited to see that.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I thought it looked good. I was like, oh, I've seen this movie. Immediately that's what I thought. I was like, oh, this is The
Yeah.
Mist. It's just kind of playing it out a little bit, but there's a lot more in. Like it looked like they were at a church and a few other places. So, cool. Take the concept and run with it. I'm perfectly okay with it. You don't have
Sure.
to stay.
Yeah.
You don't have to stick with whatever the premise was in the first one.
Go for it.
Yeah. We got the Boondock Saints, the TV series based on the films in the works titled The Boondock Saints Origins. So I guess it'd be a prequel.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, I guess we're not getting the same actors in it, which kind of stinks.
No, but here's a TV series I don't want to see.
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm
I don't
sure
care.
this will find an audience. But yeah. I don't know. I've only seen the first one. I heard the second one was terrible. To never watch it to ruin it.
It was.
But I didn't.
Yeah, it was crap.
Yeah. Um. This Roseanne, the sitcom, is returning for 8 episode limited series season. So how are they going to do that?
I don't know, cause well, I mean, the cast is pretty much all signed on. I don't know how narratively they're gonna do it, cause it ends on a massive down note.
Oh, it does. Yeah. I mean, can we spoil the?
I mean, it's Roseanne. It's a 20-year-old show.
Yeah, Dan's dead.
Yeah,
So, I mean, is he back, confirmed back for it?
he's signed. Yeah, Goodman's on board.
Well, maybe we'll just get like the Lost Years or something.
I just want to see. I don't. I hope he's a ghost. Like that would be amazing. Could you imagine like old skinny John Goodman ghost? Like that would be
Yeah,
amazing. Like I would love
yeah.
that.
That would be great.
If
That would be great.
if they
That's
do,
hey,
yeah, if they do that, I'll watch it. No
yeah.
question. Like sign me up.
Well, absolutely. That's interesting. That's gonna be cool. They we got Carmen Sandiego Carmen Sandiego news. Netflix is creating a new animated series based off the franchise. Character to be voiced by Gina Rodriguez, which is cool.
Yeah, good choice.
Yeah. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We got now this is
Here's,
weird.
in the realm of things that do not need to make a comeback. Why?
No,
Just
no,
why?
no. We got Fear Factor MTV reviving show will be focused more on stunts than gross out challenges. Premiering on April 30th, hosted by Ludacris.
May 30th. May 30th.
May 30th. Oh yeah, did
Yeah.
I say April? Yeah, May 30th, hosted by Ludacris. That's weird.
I okay, sure, go for it,
Oh
Luda.
yeah,
Follow your
oh
dreams, man.
yeah. And oh, I wanted. Oh, before we get out of the TV news, I actually got an email from Rachel in Florida. Have you seen The Handmaid's Tale? Uh,
No, I have
have you
not.
guys seen? Have you guys seen The Handmaid's Tale? What do you think of it? I haven't seen it. Have you?
I have not. No.
Okay.
I feel bad. We've got a listener. I think it's like
Yeah.
the second listener email we've ever had. Like,
Right. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna check it out. I think once I read the email, I saw it's a Hulu show, so
yeah,
um, looks like some great actresses in it. Some actors in it.
yeah. It's like a mini Mad Men reunion in it.
Yeah,
It's
that's what it seemed like. So I'm definitely gonna check that out, Hulu. So
yeah,
listen next week. We'll talk about it. Because I think they drop like 3 episodes at a time
yeah.
that I saw.
They stagger it strange. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So I'll watch them. Get back to you.
yeah,
But yeah, yeah. It looks like a good cast. So we'll
yeah.
definitely check that out.
I want to watch American Gods too. I haven't seen that yet.
Yes. Oh yeah, American Gods. We definitely since we read that last year, we
Yeah,
definitely need
totally.
to see that. Should we take a quick break and then get into some games?
Well, we could do the first bit real quick. I think.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Nintendo. They're halting the production of the NES Classic, and they're obviously going to produce, rumored, I guess, but we know that's going to happen. The NES Classic
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah, gonna have a Super Nintendo Classic. Yay! Like
Yeah.
I just why are they stopping production? They still you don't think they wouldn't sell like 12 billion of those things? But I don't know.
Let's actually get into that when we get back
Okay.
because oh man, Nintendo. But yeah, again, you're listening to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM, and we'll see you guys on in a minute. Welcome back to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM, and this is our last segment. I won't dwell too much on this, but I just think it's absolutely crazy, asinine for Nintendo to to halt the production on something that clearly people wanted. Um, they went out of their way to make this scarce. Um,
Yeah.
and it's bullshit. Like I've known people that work for Nintendo when the Wii came out, and they would tell the stores, hold it. They would only send a certain amount to GameStops, knowing they had a lot still, in uh, you know, uh, it's just ridiculous. I hate that they're doing this. It almost makes me not want to buy it. I want the SNES because that's the one that I want. That's the NES was great. We had it as kids, but the SNES is when I really got into video games.
Yeah, this is the one that will sell like you wouldn't believe. The
Yeah,
NES popped huge, but this forget it.
right.
It's gonna
I
be
didn't feel like hunting down an NES classic, but the SNES classic, on the other hand, I will absolutely be out in front of the store or try and figure out how to get one
yeah.
when it comes out because that's the one I want. Maybe next week or a week after or something like that. We should probably do like a what our top. We could do like a list of what was it, 30 games that they come out with, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah,
Of
sounds right.
what we think what our list would be if we could do that.
That's a good idea. I imagine most of our list will probably be the same.
yeah. We can compare and whatnot. So I think that'd be really cool. Um, but yeah. So anyway, the Call of Duty World War II trailer dropped and some news about it. It's going to be set in Normandy on D-Day. The release date is going to be November 3rd. The pre-order to include closed beta, and they're going to have some official
Oh
announcements.
yeah, we did. Yeah, we did them already. I forgot to take that off there.
Oh, okay, yeah. Um, April 26th. So
Yes,
that's cool.
yeah. But
So
yeah, it's neat. This is kind of what everybody wanted, and it's what we're
mhm.
getting, and I'm okay, cool.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. World War II, baby. It'd be so cool. Um, I didn't sound right. I didn't mean to say it's so cool.
It was
World War II,
amazing.
but
Go World War
like,
II. Yeah, no,
right. But the game, it's way more interesting to me than the future stuff. So
agreed.
yeah. Darksiders 3, after Amazon Link, the THQ, Nordak, and Gunfire Games announced sequel with third protagonist, Fury, slated for 2018 release.
Yeah, should be neat. It's
Yeah,
a, it's it's
be
a
interesting.
it's a horsewoman this time.
I don't think I ever played Darksiders.
Yeah, you might have played the first one.
No.
It was war. He had a horse. You were followed around by Mark Hamill as a demon sometimes.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, yeah. If you've never played it, the definitive edition was like free on PS Plus a while back.
Oh, maybe I do have it on
Yeah,
there.
that one, and then there's the second one. I think was also recently free too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Here,
they're
go and take the next one. I need to get a drink real fast.
yeah, go for it. So yeah, in the continuing saga of Vivendi and Ubisoft, it looks like almost a done deal that by the end of the year, Vivendi will wind up acquiring Ubisoft.
That's kind of sad.
Yeah, I mean they've been aiming for like a hostile takeover for I think at least a year, if not more.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's finally gotten to the point where they're finally gonna be able to take it.
Man, it seemed like last E3 they were on stage like, "No, you're not taking us alive," kind of
It it
attitude,
it
right?
it, it did seem like that. Yeah, and I liked that fire. I liked it
Yeah,
a lot, but it looks like it's gonna be all for nothing.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
We got so Friday the 13th release date finally set for May 26th,
I
which is
can't
not
wait.
on Friday the 13th,
No.
which is stupid.
Well, I don't think there is a Friday.
I
There isn't a Friday the 13th this month.
I know. I'm just kidding.
But they finally. It was originally slated for a Friday the 13th, I think, or they were aiming for it,
I mean,
and then
that
it was
just
like,
makes sense.
yeah. But then they were like, it's just not going to be ready. So they
Right.
wanted to get it out because it was a Kickstarter thing a while back, and
Yeah,
I was happy. I backed it, so
yeah.
I'm getting my digital copy. Um,
Well,
it
that's cool.
Yeah, and
That
it
is
looks
cool.
awesome. Like that
Yeah.
was a game that when it was announced on Kickstarter, everybody just kind of went, whatever, and didn't pay any attention to it. But the more stuff that's come out about it, the more people are like, dude, this looks awesome.
Oh yeah, I've seen like Jesse Cox and Total Biscuit and all them play it.
Yeah.
It looks fun. Yeah, looks really cool. Yeah, can't wait for that. We got Danger Zone, new vehicle destruction game coming next month from Three Fields Entertainment, a team made up of former Burnout devs, priced at $13 on Steam and PS4.
Yeah, it's basically what was it? There was like a big crash specific mode from Burnout 3.
Oh, okay.
It's basically just that expanded into a budget title.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm cool with that. That'll be awesome. I
Oh,
can't
that's
wait.
awesome. That's cool. That's cool.
Right, for $13, yeah, I think I may still have that much credit left.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Here, take the Microsoft Games for Gold here.
Yeah, we've got the May games for gold. For Xbox One, for the entire month, you've got Gianna Sisters Twisted Dreams Director's Cut, and then you have Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris from May 16th to June 15th.
Mm-hmm.
The backwards compatible games are awesome, and
I know.
I need to go download them right now. I actually rehooked up my Xbox today. Um,
Here
Star
you go.
Wars: The Force Unleashed 2, the weaker of the entries, but hey, it's Star Wars, I'll take it. from
Hmm.
May 1st through 15th, and then from May 16th through the 31st, Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga.
That's how you do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is a free month of games lineup right there.
Oh yeah. That's an insane amount. And then like it's just so sad looking at the PlayStation One. There's a few good ones with PlayStation One, but it doesn't
Yeah,
really compare.
it's not the same.
No, it's not the same at
It's
all.
not the same.
We got Tales from the Borderlands for PS4. Now, arguably, from what I hear, this is one of the best uh, of the Telltale games,
Yeah,
hands down. That's what everyone says.
right.
They
But
say you
it's
don't even have to be into Borderlands. It's just funny.
yeah, but it's also like the only good one.
Right, right. It's the only one. I mean, I actually own it because when I heard it was
Yeah.
about that, so it means nothing to me. But people who, might be like, well, that one, that's probably the one of the best games on this list here for the
Yeah, that's
PS.
I mean, yeah, that's what I meant. It's the only good, really like the only good game
Right.
on this list.
Yeah, it's got Abzu for the PS4, Blood Knights PS3, Port Royal 3, Pirates and Merchants for PS3, Laser Disco Defenders, PS Vita cross-buy with 4, and Type Rider PS Vita cross-buy on PS4.
Yeah, not an exciting list really.
Yeah, no, 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 not exciting at all. We got some other random news. Spider-Man 2 sequel to crossover series coming in July, which is going to be great.
Yeah, I can't wait. I was so excited when I saw this.
Oh yeah. Real fast before we get into the other stuff, do you watch anyone? Do you watch Philip DeFranco?
No.
Oh, okay, you've never heard of him? His YouTube channel.
Uh-uh.
He's huge. He is I don't know. He's probably arguably one of the biggest YouTube stars right now. Um, uh, Let me see if I can pull up his YouTube channel. He has a massive audience. I don't know how many millions he's got here. Let's see. Oh yeah, 5 million something other, whatever. And basically, he is just current day topics, current event topics, and
Okay.
he breaks it down in such an easy, digestible manner where he's like, "Here's the news. Here's what happened." And highly recommend going and checking out his channel. He's been in, he's had huge issues with, basically because he started reporting on this, um, of this channel called Daddy of Five. You've probably never heard of them either.
Are these the parents pranking the kids?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've heard of that. Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, he basically brought that to the light, and now like the kids have been taking out of custody from the parents and everything else. It's been this ongoing thing. Just how ridiculous these YouTube stars were. Well, anyway, DeFranco announced this week he's starting his own news network,
Say what?
which is huge. Yeah,
That's
for
Jesus.
YouTube. So YouTube's in a state right now where advertising's weird. Like they can't like anything that's controversial. By controversial, like the Pepsi ad or anything basically that YouTube deems is not advertiser friendly, they won't advertise for. So it's kind of a rocky time to start a news channel on YouTube.
Yeah.
Um, but it's going to be really interesting to see what happens with that because I love the dude. He's pretty just right down the middle. He seems like a totally sane person. He's it's not like it's not like a drama channel or something on YouTube. He like just kind of tells it as it is. That's what the Daddy of Five stuff. He saw that and he was like, this is not okay. Like these people are clearly abusing their children and profiting off of it, and it's disgusting. So I don't know. I thought that was interesting. um, but we can get into the other news here. Do you want to? Oh yeah, let's talk about WWE.
Yeah, so we
Which
had I haven't seen anything after Payback.
Oh okay, you didn't miss much.
I did. I kind of wasn't sure if I did or not, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like watching Payback was something I went into like, okay, what's this gonna be, and it absolutely exceeded expectations, for
Oh,
sure.
you liked it? I
I
didn't like
did.
it.
You didn't like it? What didn't you like?
Where do I start? The House of Horrors was
I
garbage.
I thought it was. Here's my thought of the House of Horrors. It was a great segment for SmackDown. That would have been
Yeah,
like a fantastic way Like that should have been on one of the shows. That should not have been part of a freaking pay-per-view.
There was no purpose to it. It all should have ended. I mean, I hate how they're booking Bray, but he should have not lost to Randy Orton, and this should have not continued on.
Well, he didn't lose to Randy Orton, no.
No, I mean, at Mania.
Oh, at Mania, yeah, agreed.
Yeah. So this shouldn't have continued on. Then when for whatever reason the belt wasn't involved, which makes no sense.
It just kind of randomly was just like, oh yeah, it's not going to be for the title.
Yeah. So what's the point of the rematch if you're not going to have that? Jinder Mahal showing up. It was so dumb. I thought. And then they come back to the theater. That's the other thing. Like you can nitpick how they were at night and it wasn't at nighttime there. Like just all the crazy stupid stuff that didn't add up. But I just thought that was dumb. I thought Alexa winning was pretty cool. Kind of weird that, I don't know, Bailey losing her hometown. I thought that was stupid.
They always do that. Man,
it's dumb. Like what?
I don't know, but WWE almost always does that.
But it's dumb. It doesn't make any sense.
I know, but it's always been that way, pretty much.
You have people there. I mean, I was reading that was her first time back there since she's been on the main roster, and it's like, you're gonna why do that? What are you gonna gain there?
Well,
like I heard they were selling like where was it? San Jose.
San Jose, yeah.
San Jose Bailey shirts, like specifically for it's just so
hometown huggers. Yeah, it was a specialty shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just thought it was the whole. I don't know. Nothing. The Hardy Boys stuff was cool. I mean, Jeff got his tooth knocked out. That was insane.
Yeah, like legit, like Sheamus actually punted his tooth out. God damn.
And I didn't. You didn't see Raw, but I didn't like the follow up. Like I was expecting Broken, and
they haven't bought it yet.
I thought they did.
No, they haven't yet.
Oh, I thought Matt was on like Twitter saying like.
Yeah, Matt's being Matt. Like yeah. Oh, trust me, when it's been bought, they'll be like every dirt sheet will have the same exact headline.
Because this would have been the perfect. They got Broken. This would have been the perfect. Yeah, it's perfect time.
I like though the idea of like build it. Don't you have to treat because we know what it's gonna be, but most people don't. And I like the idea of build it so that down the road you can split them. And, Jeff can do his own thing for a while and then maybe come back and they'll do the Brother Nero bit. But, and Matt will be broken and do that.
We called him Brother Nero in the show.
I know.
He yelled Brother Nero. That's why I thought this was a done deal.
Yeah. No, not yet.
Are you sure it's not? Because I read it was.
I've seen those rumors too, but it's not true.
Oh, okay.
But
we'll see. I wonder who would break them.
I think it's just going to be like they're going to start. I think it's going to be after they lose the titles. Like it's going to be one of those where like they lose it and then they lose the rematch and then Matt kind of goes crazy.
Just when's Enzo and Cass going to do it? It's like they're just being pushed aside constantly.
Yeah. I feel for Enzo and Cass. I do.
Yeah. Like you get Sheamus and Cesaro, and I like Sheamus and Cesaro, but Enzo and Cass, you have all this talent and it's just squandered. You should have put them on SmackDown.
Yeah.
If you're going to do that.
I would like to have seen them switch instead of the New Day. Because and here's the thing. I know Enzo and Cass went over the club on the pre-show, but it was
for
just
what?
Exactly. It was like, why? Because the club keep beating us up, so now we're gonna beat them up. Like but that story was not really well told. Like,
no one cares. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad.
That's it.
Well, we only got a few minutes left. We got our big 100th episode next week. So we'll try and do some cool things. I think that SNES list would be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a neat idea. I like that.
Yeah, and we're talking with someone to get a new logo. So hopefully we'll get all that ready and for next week to put it on a shirt or something, and it'll be our 100th episode, special edition, what have you. So I think that'd be really fun.
Totally.
And we'll just, I think a lot of next episode we'll talk about what we want to do for the next year, and it'd be really interesting. Maybe we'll catch up. I don't know how far you are with your Spider-Man.
Uh, it's embarrassing. Like it's so hard. It's
It is.
so
That
damn
Stanley stuff is
hard.
just ridiculous to get through. I've been trying to catch up.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll come up with some good ideas for the next year for some cool stuff to do. So definitely listen. We'll be here next week. Same time, same place. Again, you listen to the We Geek podcast, 9 p.m. on Wednesdays on the N.FM. Oh yeah, and don't forget, this Saturday is free comic book day, so go there. They got a whole bunch of stuff. And if you're local in Orlando, make sure you go to a comic shop there off 436.
Nice. Yeah, isn't I think there's a website for it to see who has, like, if you're not Orlando based, like where your closest comic shop is and like what they're doing, right?
Yeah,
It's what
I don't know the website. I think
it's
it's freecomicbookday.com.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's something like that, yeah.
yeah. And so they have, a ton of free books, all over the place. You got Betty Veronica, you got Avatar, you got DC stuff, you got Star Trek, Spider-Man, Doctor Who, Rick and Morty, Zelda. Like, it's all over the place.
Jeez.
And a lot of them is geared towards kids. Like, especially if you have kids or if you have nieces and nephews, go take them there, get them reading. Like, it's so important. And most of these places are probably doing like events where you have sales and everything else going on. I mean, at least I'm almost positive most of them are. I know I'm spoiled with shops here in Orlando, and they're just, yeah,
Yeah,
they're going crazy with it.
yeah, I
So,
think even our little place up here is I cannot remember the name of it to save my life. I'm sorry. I'd give them a shout out.
oh
It's
yeah, yeah,
RG it's like RG Comics, RB Comics, RGB Comics. I'm sorry. Terrible. Uh
yeah.
but
I
yeah.
mean, they even have like the new uh what do you call it? They have the new the Captain America stuff going on with Captain
Oh,
America.
Secret Empire.
Secret Empire, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, they got Ninja Turtles, you got the Tick comic, you got Street Fighter, you got Dragon Ball comic.
Good
It's
God.
all over the place. SpongeBob, Barbie, and a special DC one that's top secret. It's gonna be cool. They have a Riverdale one. Like, go get it. Support your local comic shop, and yeah, it'll be awesome.
Totally.
Make sure you go to our Facebook group, We Geek Podcast. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at We Geek Podcast, at The Logan Witt, at Adam Estep. Go give our podcast a good review on Twitter. Not Twitter,
On iTunes. If you
on
could review on
iTunes.
Twitter, that would be amazing though.
Hey, do it on Twitter. There
Tweet
you go.
yes, tweet a good review.
Um,
Sure.
yeah, and yeah, that's it. We'll be here next week, 9 p.m. on the N.FM. And we'll see you guys next week, Captain.
Captain.